But just 3 weeks after that interview on Halloween, little did we know, Landlord Low was just shot in the head by his own friend. December 13th, that was a special day for Landlord Low. He attended the funeral and now on the repast for his favorite uncle. When suddenly shots rang out, people scattered. 2 people were struck in the head. Landlord Low, little brother, had played deceased. And
he played dead.
Life. Unfortunately, Landlord Low and Roderick, they lost their life, family.
And the only reason his brother survived is because he played dead on the floor, gang. Imagine somebody put some money on your head. Your best friend pop you in the back of the head, try to unalive you, it don't work. So they come to your uncle's funeral and walk you down. Bah!
The masked man hop out. Landlord Low, he run past the door until he fall. Roderick, he instantly collapsed. But another one walked Landlord Low down.
Damn.
Shooting him in the face and running off.
Darren had his funeral early
Oh!
today. This at the repast. They was walking in and they shot the repast up.
Oh!
They seen Lolo walking in the door and shot it up. They shot the repast up. They seen Lolo walking in the repast and they shot it up.
They flicked up the funeral like that, bro? I don't think I ever seen nothing like that, bro. Only time I seen somebody blick up a funeral be like outside the funeral, like, you know what I'm saying? To actually go in front of the church funeral repast and like really fire it up is crazy work, bro.
You know what they say, fam? There's always the ones you love the most who do you dirty.
Damn.
Or at least somebody you know. And that's no different for this story today. It haven't even been a full week since the late Alabama rapper Landlord Low had lost his life.
Landlord
But
Low.
according to local authorities, they made an arrest. And it's the same man who we talked about in the previous video, who shot Landlord Low in the head. Now, Landlord Low had responded to dude via Facebook in a post after he was shot in the head. And he briefly touched on what it was about, not knowing this was the same man who was going to take his life just a month later.
Oh, so he had already got hit in the head, and then they caught him going to somebody else's funeral and went and finished the job? That's crazy work, folks.
Deeper, the person that was arrested for taking the rapper Landlord Low life, it was another man who was gunned down. And apparently, that was the perpetrator uncle. He killed his brother, trying to get his enemy. While he was attending his uncle repast.
Oh.
I know that was a lot, but I'm going to slow it down and break it
Damn,
down to a T.
it's going down. I want to put y'all on to some of the easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Freecash.com is a website that allows you to literally get paid hundreds of dollars just for playing video games on your phone. All you need is an email and a password. Follow the directions on each of the campaigns and you can earn at least $100. My personal favorite game to play was Sunrise Island, and when I clicked on it, they had a $370 bonus. I got $370 just for playing the video game on my phone. On average, it only takes about 17 minutes for most people to start earning money on freecash.com. So if you need some free, easy, extra money, go to freecash.com, click the QR code right here, or go in the description below and start getting that bag. You did?
Before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. Now for those who's late to the news, 2 months ago we did a story, also an interview, on a guy who went by the name D'Angelo Lamarcus Samuel, 27 years old, also known by his rap stage name, Landlord Low. But just 3 weeks after that interview, on Halloween, little did we know, Landlord Low was just shot in the head by his own friend. Now the man who allegedly did it was identified as James David Abercrombie III, just 27 years old.
Okay.
Here's a picture with Landlord Low and James, where they have everything identical on. And you could tell they was very
They was
close.
homies, yeah.
And somehow things went left. When Landlord Low was shot in the head by his friend on Halloween, he went to Facebook and said the following: "Nigga can't fade me face to face. My supposed to be dog got this shit tatted on him. Shot me in the back of the head. Ain't no op shot me. Ain't no nigga hopped out and shot me. Ain't no end looked this face to face and shot me."
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not sitting in no hospital with a gunshot wound to the back of my head and typing nothing. I ain't typing no long ass paragraph explaining myself to nobody. I'm sorry. Do your homework. Do you hear what I'm telling you, folks? Like, I need some rest. Doctor, please help me, please. I'm going to church. I ain't getting out here talking crazy.
I turned my back and shot me for some chump change. Some shit he could have asked for.
Right.
I'm highly favored. Ain't too many surviving them. And here to tell it. In and out the hospital in a few hours. I'm back outside. Hard body. I'm the one who started this ape shit.
Niggas always talking about hard body. Bro, you didn't do nothing. Like, rest in peace to him. I know he passed away now, but I'm saying, bro, if you caught a bullet and you survived, That was God. You didn't do nothing. You didn't go to the fucking the gym every day and make yourself hard body into this bullet resistant body. That ain't what happened, bro. You got blessed. God helped you. The fuck? That ain't you. I hate when niggas say that.
Hope they kept their receipts. Like they say, money the root of all evil. It'll make friends your foe. And it seemed like that was the case in Landlord Lowe's situation. So now with a somewhat motive, December 13, 2024, it seemed that man would strike again.
Oh.
But this time, according to new surveillance footage that was released on social media that I can't play because of YouTube guidelines and in respect for Landlord Lowe's family, he was walked down this time. And even though one person was arrested,
he got walked down?
2 people who hopped out of the vehicle. And that vehicle that was used, it was a Jeep. It wasn't a stolen car. And the owner, well, they helped identify the suspect. Now, on that Friday, December 13th, that was a special day for Landlord Lowe. He attended the funeral and now the repast for his favorite uncle, a man who was identified as Frederick Lee Samuel, 62 years old. May he rest in peace. I love condolences to his family. The location was Brighton Community Center,
right?
Also the place where Landlord Lowe is from. So he was familiar with their neighborhood.
Right,
it was around 2:30 p.m. broad daylight when suddenly 2 men hopped out, masked up, from a Jeep.
Broad day, bro.
On the street outside of the parking lot. Landlord Lowe, his little brother, and another man identified as Roderick Hall, 38 years old, was talking, chilling, before walking into the repast. When suddenly shots rang out, people scattered. 2 people were struck in the head. Landlord Lowe, little brother, had played deceased. And that
he
saved
played
his
dead.
life. Unfortunately, Landlord Lowe and Roderick, they lost their life. May they both rest in peace. I love condolences to their family.
And the only reason his brother survived is because he played dead on the floor, gang. That's sick, bro. I ain't gonna lie. To get hit in your head by your homie who just trying to collect. It's like he was trying to, like, somebody put some money on your head. Your best friend pop you in the back of the head, try to unalive you. It don't work. So they come to your uncle funeral and walk you down, pop, right in front of the face. He don't leave that funeral until you pass away, bro. This is your best friend, gang. That's sick, bro. That's sick, bro.
At that time, no one was arrested.
Got wounds. Brighton Fire Department and paramedics arrived at the scene and pronounced the 2 victims deceased.
Damn.
We do not have any suspects.
And it would have been 3 victims. I want to say this again, bro. It would have been 3 victims if bro did not play like he was already gone, gang. That's sick, bro. Only thing I got to say about it, bro, is if I'm going to tell you some real shit, if I'm from a city, and this is my city, I was born and raised here, gang, and my best friend trying to unalive me over some money, bro, I'm moving, gang. Same day I get out the hospital, I'm moving, bro. I'm gone. I'm never coming back here. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the only thing I feel like niggas be having too much ego and too much pride, and like that should be getting a lot of people killed. So I ain't got that much pride, bro. I'm very quick to be like, you got it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that shit save a lot of more lives than anything else, folks. Don't. You know what I'm saying? He probably felt like he was invincible because he got hit in the head and he ain't go. You know what I'm saying? He was still here. But bro, like, man, it's sad, bro.
As mentioned, because the alleged perpetrators had drove a Jeep that was really someone's car they knew, they quickly made an arrest. 3 days later, December 16th, 2024, James Abercrombie III. He was arrested, facing 2 capital murder charges. But here's
and then you went and caught 2 bodies for some money, and you didn't even try to hide it, gang. You got in a car of somebody who you know. You didn't even take the plates off. Your dumb ass ain't even go steal a car and do this. You did it in your homie car. Like, how slow you gotta be, folks?
According to court records, he was just arrested and let out on an attempt murder charge for allegedly shooting Landlord Lowe on Halloween.
He was let out,
which we didn't know until now. But then it was also determined that Roderick Hall, 38 years old, who lost his life with Landlord Lowe, James Abercrombie III, was his uncle. Meaning, James killed his uncle trying to get his enemy. How did I find that out? James Abercrombie III mom is Roderick Hall's sister.
In last week's double homicide that happened outside a funeral repast at the Brighton Community Center. This surveillance video shows somebody running from the scene, jumping in a Jeep and driving off. That shooting
he ran in the Jeep and got out.
27-year-old D'Angelo Samuel.
So he had just walked him down and ran back to the Jeep and drove off.
James David Abercrombie III was arrested and now charged with capital murder. Court records, by the way, also show that he allegedly shot Samuel twice. First, back on Halloween, and was charged with attempted murder
2 months before.
then. Detectives have not released a possible motive.
How do these niggas be getting out of jail for attempted murder? They locked my ass up for 2 legal guns. I had to pay $10,000. Listen to what I'm telling y'all, gang. I had 2 legal guns in a car and a fucking Tray 5. Like I had 2 grams left, bro. They locked my dumb ass up. I sat in Miami jail. Me and 4 of my homies, all 4 of us. We sat in a Miami-Dade County jail for like 14, 16 hours, gang. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you, folks. For 2 legal guns in my name. And they let this nigga out on an attempted murder? You tried to... Why would you let somebody out who you know tried to blick somebody down? And then this was Halloween. Folks got unalived in December. Do your homework. Do the math on that, folks. Folks got out, got arrested on Halloween, got out for 2 months. They ain't arrest him. They ain't tell his ass come to court. None of that, folks. And the same person he attempted to murder, he actually ended up catching and unaliving because y'all dumbass ain't lock him up. Meanwhile, I sat in there for 2 legal guns. I done been locked up for going 10 miles an hour over the goddamn speed limit. Do your homework.
Now, as mentioned, James was there and he was arrested, according to authority. But I also mentioned about the new surveillance footage that was released to the public. Of course, I said I wouldn't play it, but I'll do a play-by-play. It's a Jeep that's parked. 2 men hop out. Landlord Low, Roderick, Landlord Low, little brother, they chilling in front of the repass.
Oh, they was just chilling right there.
Or the repass door, rather. The masked man hop out. Landlord Low, he run past the door until he fall. Roderick, he instantly collapsed on the opposite side of the trunk of the vehicle he was leaning on. As mentioned, Landlord Low, little brother,
that's him.
He dead. One of the perpetrators didn't go past the vehicle parked in the parking lot, but another one walked Landlord Low down, shooting him in the face and running off. So will someone else be arrested? Would James cooperate? Only time will tell. We at least got a motive. As they say, fam, money is the root of all evil. This was the story.
That's crazy. Over some money, bro.
Some would say his best friend at one point in time.
His best friend.
Wearing the same outfit. Took his life in front of his uncle repass. Let me know how you guys feel about this one in the comments. There's more development.
Nah, this sick, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Rest in peace to Land. I didn't even know who he was, but rest in peace to Landlord Low. He had songs with Pooh Shiesty and shit from Alabama. But man, I know in them countries, it get wicked in them country towns, folks. You know what I'm saying? Like,